tell anyone. It was very sad. Well, I don't know. He's a quiet guy, but he did some really amazing stuff over the years, which is a
This happened
shame that
recently?
he kind of he just passed away like a couple of days ago
Holy shit.
or yesterday. Might have been yesterday. Sorry, time is just getting away from me so poorly.
Time is not real.
Yeah, no, it's a construct, right? It's a construct
Well,
we all
yeah.
live in and live by.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, he's a legendary fellow of all sorts of degrees, and has done all sorts of things from voice acting to general comedic acting and small parts. But it's it's a bit of a loss, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody tuning in, we're just talking about Paul Rubens. Out of complete context from what we normally talk about.
Yeah.
But respect where respect is due, I say. Hey, Brad.
What's going on, man? Hey, good.
You know, just stuff.
Chilling, grilling, a little bit of
Illin?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. It's like a really dated Simpsons reference.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
You'd think I would get it because of my age and, you know, I know dated Simpson references, but no. I don't know that one.
It's the episode where Bart and Ralph hang out because Bart wants to go through.
Is that the one where he shoots the bird?
No.
Oh.
No. Ralph and Bart, not
Nelson, Ralph.
Bart.
Oh, yeah. I got him mixed up with the bully for a second there. Ralph, the chief's son.
The chief's son. Because he wants to go through the chief's police locker at his house.
Yeah. It's not actually the chief's son, though.
What?
You don't know that theory?
No.
So if you put a picture of Wiggum's boy next to one of his lieutenants, that's always on the show, it looks just like the lieutenant.
Yeah, I see that. I know exactly which one you're talking. You're talking about Lou, right?
I don't think it's the chief's son. Oh well, fun and games.
Maybe the chief and his wife are really into pineapples.
Could be. Could be.
You know what that means, right?
Pens and apples and pineapples.
What?
Yeah.
No, swingers. The upside down pineapples, the symbol for swingers. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Did you not know this?
No. Why would I know that?
I thought everyone knew this.
No, I think this is a local thing.
No.
I don't think that's a national thing.
No. Even Game Grumps have talked about it.
Pineapple. It just sounds dumb.
It's a swingers thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if? I'm not a swinger. I wouldn't know.
Neither am I, but I know about it. So if I see it, I can be like,
Stay away from my house.
No pineapple on my pizza, thank you.
You put pineapple on your pizza?
No, I don't. That's why I just said. I said no pineapple on my pizza, thank you.
I thought you just meant it like in the swingers sense, but in general.
Yeah.
We're pretty much a no pineapple camp here, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't like pineapple
at
all.
I'm all about the mushrooms and the salty fish.
I do appreciate that it's a pretty metal fruit where, like, because the enzymes in it actually eat away at your mouth while you're eating it, which is pretty fucking metal. Oh, shit, we're only 4 minutes in. Well, it's too late now.
What?
What? I just dropped an F-bomb.
We're talking about pineapples.
I know, but it
doesn't matter. I got to tell you, if the algorithm doesn't know who we are by now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they know we exist, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to episode 56 of Read This Way. I am your co-host with the most.
Oh, he's chalking himself up to host. I'm just guest.
I mean, I
I'm just a
forgot
guest
that.
today.
I forgot. Honestly, I just started saying words, and then I was like, "Hang on a minute, there's two of us."
No, you're happy. You can take it over. Go for it.
No,
I'll
there you go.
what? No. Oh,
Now you're the host.
put me back on my side of the bed.
All right, there you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Brad. He's Logan.
I'm Logan. Yeah.
What have you been reading, bro? Is there much news? I haven't actually had a chance to check today.
Oh my god, there is like no news.
Is it everyone's just silent because One Piece is about to
I
drop
think
a
so.
bombshell of an episode?
I feel like everything that's happening right now is just so One Piece centric that all other news has been eclipsed and doesn't exist. So
Yeah,
anything that's happening for the past couple of weeks just doesn't technically exist as well. Toei go ahead and make their episode.
monopolize everything. I
Mm,
mean, didn't I saw a video that saying that it's been in production for like 8 months?
yeah. Oh yeah, they've been at it for a while. Because by the looks of it, there are no. I'm going to assume there's no like special effects in this.
What do you mean?
I feel like everything's going to be hand drawn.
Oh, right. You mean like CG 3D?
Yeah. So I've seen footage of the dragon that's in the episode, right, from previous episodes,
Kaido,
and he's
yeah.
3D. He's animated in 3D.
Oh, that's interesting.
If you didn't know.
I haven't gotten that far into
Oh,
the
okay.
the
But in the
manhwa.
previous episodes, he's very clearly done in 3D. But
Mm-hmm.
from this episode that they're dropping and what images I've seen from Sakuga and stuff like that, it's all hand drawn, like old school, which I'm super excited about.
Nice.
And it's not even the fact that it's One Piece. I'm just super excited to see all these animators going, completely hammer and tong on this thing, just to see what happens.
Oh man, the level of hype around this episode is insane.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, and all it's doing is putting it up on a pedestal that it may never reach.
It's already like the series is already on a pedestal.
It is, and the current action animators are definitely forcing it in that direction because these guys are just insane with what they've been pumping out. Is it good? Do we know if it's going to be an extended episode or not?
I don't know, to be honest. I know that the last one that was pretty big, which was I feel like it was 1015, 1015. That was the last big one, and it was a normal runtime, but its animation was gorgeous.
Yeah,
I'll show you.
they've been pouring.
After the show.
I've seen a lot of it. I've
Yeah,
actually I have been meaning to go back and actually watch a few episodes before watching the one that's about to drop.
I think
Even though it's going to be
1015's the one to watch. That
yeah.
really stands out. It was just beautiful. And I think in a couple of the videos that you've sent me that are highlighting and hyping up like who's working on it, they referenced that episode, which was the Yamato episode with Ace and Luffy and whatnot, and it's got this like really cool stylized, almost like
Oh, that might have been about the
pastel
director.
colors and stuff. Yeah, actually, I think it was that director
Yeah.
that did that episode.
Yeah, so it's that same director is coming back
Yeah.
for this episode.
I'm so excited because I've been watching the dub for years now. So perpetually behind. We're actually for the first time double digits behind the sub now. We're probably only like 40 episodes behind, which is insane. We I think it was probably nearly 2 years ago. I think that episode dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care. I'm watching this. I need around it. I sat down and watched it. It felt a little weird, but I mean, I've played some of the games and they're all subbed as well, so we don't get any English dubbing in the video game series.
Oh,
On
really? That's
yeah,
interesting.
it's weird.
Well, it's probably because they're busy, dubbing
Trying to catch
the
up to
1,000 odd opposite episodes that they had to
yeah.
catch up with. Yeah.
It was incredible, man. If this is anywhere close to that episode, which I feel like is going to blow that episode out of the water, it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited, and I'm not even a One Piece fan. So
You're just excited for the pretty colors and drawings, though. You don't care about
I
the
am
content.
super excited for the animation. I am. There's some big names in there that have done some amazing work over the years. So yes, it is exciting for not just the One Piece community, but just anime community in general. I think. So, what you laughing at?
You know the Dragon Ball series of like the Super Gallery that they've been doing.
Yeah.
Number 42. Number 34 of 42 has dropped, and it's a drawing.
What? Don't you say it like it's a bad thing?
It's not. It just looks really. I mean, compared to
Now
some
you
of the
got to
other ones
show
we
me.
got, I know I'm about to. So
Okay.
it's done by the mangaka that does Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Its original art is Goku on a motorbike. This is the this is the one that we got. It's a choice.
I know it is, but
I love it.
I just
It looks so goofy.
feel like it's opportunity lost. I've never read Kingdom before, but this can't be what Kingdom's like, right?
No.
I'm looking at the image in the background, and I'm just assuming that this was purposely. Oh, I don't know, man.
Oh, it won't let me zoom. That's annoying. But yeah.
Yeah. Toriyama's image is so good. I can see it from the little tiny picture down there, and
I wonder if I can find.
Everything about that image is hurting me so much. It really is.
Why?
Just the horse.
What's wrong with it?
No. If it's meant to be mid-motion, it's about to fall on its face. And it's going to plant into the ground because the length of that nose is just... It's like a wooden rocking horse that's been just poorly carved. It's got to be on purpose. There's got to be a reason for this, and it's got to be pure humor, surely enough.
Open image.
Can't be any other reason for it. On top of that, he's got the smallest feet in existence.
So that's the redraw.
Oh man,
it's amazing.
Okay,
just for comparison.
If his intention was for laughs, hats off, my friend. Hats off to you, for you have given me a laugh, a bit of a giggle, because it looks so dumb.
It's pretty great.
Okay. Okay, I resign it to being just stupid. I'm gonna While you're looking at that, I'm going to quickly look up this guy's work.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. There's not a lot of news at all. Have you read anything new?
No. No. I've been catching up on some stuff because there's quite a few titles that dropped during the week on Manga Plus.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Well, I
um,
haven't. I need to get back into Manga Plus. I haven't been in there for a while. I pretty
oh,
much drop in on Tuesdays to read
Dan to
Dan
Dan.
to Dan, and that's
Yeah.
kind of about it, to be honest.
Yeah, there was a new chapter of oh, my brain is just having a complete meltdown. There was a new chapter of Skeleton Double that dropped,
I need to catch up on that. It's so good.
and a new chapter of Shibatarian that dropped.
I I am one chapter behind with Shippitarian then.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I just
The last chapter I read was the one with the dog.
oh yeah. It just keeps getting better and better, and I can't wait to see it animated because this thing is going to be animated.
I really hope so.
It just feels like it could really do with some nice quality music.
It's gonna be really unnerving, and I know that that's the whole point. But damn, man, it's gonna
Yeah.
be so creepy.
Yeah, you're right. Live action would be creepy as hell, right?
Ugh.
With all
Oh,
those
I don't know
heads.
if I want. I don't know if I want that.
Of course we do. We want
Like in the
all the
same,
heads.
I want it, but I also really don't want it. Well,
I do.
I hope it'd be done well.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure it would be directed well if they did do it. Give it to me. I'll do it.
You do it? Oh,
I'll
that'd
do
be
it.
cool.
I'll direct
Logan
the hell out of
original.
that.
Hell yeah, man. That makes me moist.
Yeah. What else makes you moist?
Um,
The latest chapter of Dan to Dan. Oh
Dark
yeah, this thing.
Gathering.
Yeah,
I
tell me what this is about.
so I read the first chapter today on my lunch break. Well, not all of it to be honest, but on my lunch break, I read the rest of it after I finished work. And then watched the first two episodes because it's being animated this season. The manga dropped 2019 on Square Plus, one of the Shonen Jump
Just
different
quickly, what's the
magazines.
title for this one?
Dark Gathering.
Dark Gathering. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So our pro tag isn't even this girl. I would say that she's the strong supporting character. I don't know. You've got like a core cast of three people. You've got the MC who is a magnet for all things spiritual, and he's a little pansy. He's super scared of anything spiritual. When he was a little younger, he had a incident happened. We don't know what that entailed, but something happened to a friend of his. They're potentially dead. Also unclear. He became a shut-in because he didn't want anyone else to potentially get hurt because of him. And this girl's cousin helped him kind of come back from being a shut-in and made him come back to school. And he ended up becoming the class president and top of the class, caught back up with his studies and whatnot. And he always perpetually wears a glove on his right hand. And
Oh,
they
that
take
sounds edgy.
it feels kind of like energy wise, it gives off similar energy to like the level of edginess from Death Note.
Oh,
like, and
okay.
how dark and spoopy it's trying to be,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's not
also
forcing the edginess. It's
no,
just the way it is.
it's just there. But it's got a lot of comedy in there as well. So there's like a lot of dark thriller horror elements going on that are greatly contrasted by like slapstick gags. There was a few times that I actually like started like roaring. It was really fun. The
Gave you a bit of a
animation,
laugh out loud.
yeah. When I was reading it, like the manga's creepier, but ooh, ooh. I've only read the first chapter. I've watched the first 2 episodes though. So take it that Jack's already read.
Plenty of it. Why is it is it an isekai or is it?
No, it's not. Um, what was I saying? I got derailed. Damn it.
Damn you, Jack.
So he's wearing the glove, right? And the cousin of this girl takes a photo to commemorate their graduation into high school. I think it is. It's unclear. It's really not. It's really a non factor like where exactly they are in terms because they don't go to school at all. And he ends up tutoring this girl. They take a photo to commemorate it with a selfie stick, and like where his right hand is, there's like a big warp around the hand. Oh, okay, cool. Jack's got me. Graduating from high school into college. He looks like he's 12.
So typical anime character or manga character.
Um,
He looks like he's 12, but he's actually 32.
because I think she's going into junior high. And so he starts tutoring her. She is obsessed with the occult, which you find out is because she's trying to find the spirit that killed her parents in a car crash and then stole her mother's soul.
That sounds
And
pretty damn edgy.
it's pretty edgy, but it's played pretty straight.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. It's really good. She has
Yeah.
the reason why she has 2 pupils is because she can see our world and the spirit
Oh, okay.
world,
Yep.
and also they look like skulls.
Yep. Okay.
Honestly, she looks like she's straight out of Kingdom Hearts with her getup. She's got giant ass clown shoes. Um, Everything about her design is so extra.
So they're just going completely over the top with it.
Ooh, actually, I haven't seen the volume covers.
They do look
Go.
kind of cool. So this is a complete series, right?
No, it's ongoing.
Oh, it's still go. So what's the deal? Are they just dropping it to English language now? Or
So they're dropping chapters into the vault, I believe, because of the anime. That's my guess.
okay. Yep.
Um,
That's annoying. That's annoying that it takes that long
I know.
for us to get it.
This is our first page. It's got like real dark sort of imagery going on with like her vandalizing the Jizo statues. I had to really stop because I wasn't sure if I was going to screw that up.
The Jizzo statues.
Yeah, those ones. Exactly. Yeah, see what I mean about the shoes?
Dang, I just put those up. Yeah, it is. It's definitely got like a Final Fantasy Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts vibe going on the drip.
It's really fun. So far, the first chapter / first episode, pretty much exactly the same. Anime adaptation is on point. The only thing that I can criticize is such a moot point, which is the 3D in it is meh.
Yeah.
But the only time they use the 3D is when they're traveling in the car, which is also is meh. Like
convenient.
it's such a non-issue because it's
And it's just the backgrounds, right?
no, the cars themselves.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they're doing like the traveling cars. A lot of anime does it.
That's because it's expensive to hire people who can animate mechanics.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And like I said, that's me nitpicking.
Yeah.
It's pretty like everything else is 2D. It's hand drawn, gorgeous. At least from what I could tell. Watch you'll go and watch it, and then you'll be like,
I'll go watch it, and then next
there's
week I'll
3D
tear it
everywhere.
apart. You're talking about it. Every second character is in 3D.
See, this is what I was talking about with the weird spirit warping. She's just like she's really creepy, but she's also probably the funniest character in the series so far. I'm trying to find. I think I've gone too far. So the first place that they go to is a haunted phone booth, where a hostess gets brutally murdered by her entourage, I guess they are. Basically, the men that go and simp over her and give her money and buy her stuff, and then she ghosts them when they run out of money. And so there were a few that were a bit mad at that and followed her home and murdered her on the way. And it gets like, when it gets into the ghost stuff, it gets a bit spooky. I'd still probably like put it in that early teen category. Like, it's nothing too over the top. The anime ramps it up a bit.
Yeah, I'd imagine it would create a bit more tension.
Mainly the audio. They did a really, really good job with the audio on it. Just some of the sound effects are just unnerving. Like weird shrill screams and stuff. It's a really cool concept, and I'm really enjoying it. I reckon you'll like it.
Yeah, I think I might jump on the anime. And if I really enjoy it, I'll continue on with the manga, I guess.
There are 4 episodes out currently, and it is on High Dive.
Oh, yeah. Okay. They seem to be picking up a lot of pace, High Dive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not as many competitors anymore.
There are no competitors anymore. Just Crunchyroll.
I mean, it's Netflix and Crunchyroll. Oh, and Disney Plus, I guess, and Amazon.
Yeah.
But Amazon and Disney, they're
just dipping their toes in. They're just
they don't have a lot.
No. What they do have is pretty nice, though.
Dora. Wait, is it shit? Hang on. Yeah, no, Dororo is the Tezuka series, isn't it? Yeah. I always get it confused with Dorohedoro and another series as well. I can't remember because all the titles are like very very similar. Dororo, Dorohedoro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my my new recommendation for this week.
It's a little rant.
I'm still face planting into Boys Abyss. That is a car crash I can't look away from.
You just keep at it.
I
should have been up to date by now.
No, I've dramatically slowed down. I've got other stuff. I started playing Redfall as well.
That'll do it.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I showed Jack the physical copy of Boys Abyss, and he specifically wanted to chastise you about your obsession with drawn titties, and so I was like, well, what do you got against drawn titties, man?
Well, look, fine art is fine art, man. It doesn't matter how you want to say it. I don't have an obsession per se.
Define obsession.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if breathing air is an obsession. Yeah.
Oh,
So
man, you
look,
got me with that one.
it's one of those titles that that content's in there, but it doesn't play it as like centric to the story. It's
Weirdly
just a
enough,
component.
yeah, it's not, for the most part as well. Like a lot of it's not really sexual. It's more metaphorical, I guess.
It's metaphorical and manipulative. So the
Yeah.
sex in it is usually used as a tool. It's not used in its traditional sense. So you know, it's a way to either control him or other characters.
I showed you out of context.
Oh, Jack, did you not read the whole thing?
No, I couldn't get him to even look at it.
So you just
like,
opened up the titty pages and went, "Hey, look at these."
I was like, look, it's got titties. Read it.
Jack, that's not what I did.
He's got caveman brain, so I was trying to like appeal to him.
I see. Are you assuming that the story is a little too complex for him emotionally? This isn't fair. We're picking on Jack, and he's not even on screen. So
yeah, I know. But he was picking on me when I was showing him the book. So this is me getting back at him.
Yes.
Love you.
It's such a it's one of those comics where when it came up in the comic, it didn't feel unnatural. It didn't feel like it was forced. It didn't feel like it wasn't a part of the story. It felt like it was a part of the story and a part of the growth and a part of the process. So that's why it translated so well for me. And I didn't really think about it. I haven't thought about it when I've recommended it to people, and I've probably recommended it to people that I shouldn't have recommended it to. But you know,
it's very like this is not me picking on Jack, but it is very, very much so a very different read than what he would normally pick up. And no, not just because it's not an isekai.
I was about to say, you mean it's grounded in reality?
I don't know how many seinen series he's actually picked up. And this is probably, I mean,
this series is adult. And I mean that in the sense of not because of the sexual content, but because of the topics,
the content,
and you know, the nudity. It's not the nudity that makes it an adult series. They could actually remove that and it would still be an adult series, because you wouldn't, or you couldn't understand it properly unless you've been through a fair bit of growth.
Yeah. I would say late teen at the earliest.
Yeah. And not simply because of the nudity, but because they're just not going to get it.
Yeah. Just the man, what's the nah, I lost it. It's the word that I'm after is like the context and the topics and the themes. Themes, that's the word. The themes.
Those things.
Like we said last week, like there's a lot of it's basically all of the mental healths showcasing
rolled into one.
All of them. Oh man, it is such a toxic series.
Yeah.
Holy hell!
So if you're gonna read this, just be wary that if you're in a place, don't read it, because it will just pull you into that place a little bit further, or maybe explain a few things. Who knows?
I mean, I feel like it's no Oyasumi Punpun, because like it's where it's like delving into all of these toxic elements and mental health issues and whatnot. It's also really edgy, so that kind of disconnects you a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas Oyasumi Punpun, I had to put down. I was like, this is really good, but I need to stop for a bit.
I feel like I need to pick that up.
It's pretty good. I've got the
I always
first
see it in the comic
big
shop, and I'm
trade,
just
and
like,
it's like
oh, should I
big
pick that
chunky
up?
boy, and it's
My
dude, you'll love it.
my local guy's like, it's really sad.
Yeah, I've heard.
Okay. Uh,
I haven't even gotten all the way through it, and I'm like, yeah, this is intense. Do you know much
cool.
about it?
I know nothing about it, which is what
Oh,
it's, and I don't want to. This is the thing. I haven't delved into it. I haven't looked
the
into what it's about.
the only
If I'm going
thing
to
I
go
want to
into
tell
it, I'm
you.
going to go blind.
All right, I just want to tell you that the art is spectacular.
Oh yeah, I've flicked
Yeah,
flicked through it,
okay,
and I've
yeah,
looked at the art, and I've gone, gee, that's actually pretty nice. And
So
there's
you've
it's
seen
not,
the juxtaposition between how he sees himself versus
yeah,
all the other characters. Such an amazing technique. Just
yeah,
that in and of itself is he's leagues above any other mangaka in the industry. Like the way he portrays story, emotion, facial expressions, and everything else,
yeah.
just incredible. But because of that, it hits you square in the heart.
Which is
It's like
great. That's what he's going
he's
for.
speed bagging your heart. It's not fun.
As long as it's just my heart.
Your emotional testicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speedball in my emotional testes.
Yeah. Oh, I should have bought some water.
Oh, that's great.
This alcohol is hitting me hard tonight.
Yeah, I've already had my drink tonight, so I thought I'd hit the water while we
I
chat.
usually
Because...
do have. I'm usually responsible and have my water
Sorry,
bottle, but
what was
not
that?
tonight.
What was that, Brad?
I said I'm usually when I'm drinking, I'm responsible.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Did I show you my stubby holder that I got from the Game Grumps tournament?
Man, how much did you spend there? Because you've got so much loot from that show.
Yes.
Endorsing.
We also got little crowns.
Oh, you got little crowns. Cool.
At the event. Yeah.
That's nice. I love keeping little bits and pieces like that.
That was a part of the VIP tickets, the stubby holder. So I did pay for it, but it was included in the ticket, kind of.
Yeah. That's right. That's cool. As long as you had fun.
Oh, dude, so much fun. It was such a fun night. It was really surreal, actually, seeing YouTubers that you've like followed for like 10 years.
Yeah, meeting celebrities in general is just kind of weird and surreal.
We didn't really have we had a Q&A section, but it wasn't like a
Yeah.
meet and greet because
Yeah.
they don't really do that anymore because they used
But
to
you've
get
seen
sick a
they're
lot.
there in front of you,
Yeah.
materialistically.
They were like 2 meters away.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more. It was really surreal.
Yeah.
I've seen voice actors pretty close as well when at cons and stuff, but I think it was because I've been following Game Grumps and like specifically Ego Raptor with his animations and stuff for over 10 years at this point. It was just like, oh, he is a real person. He's not just a figment of the
person, yeah.
internet.
Like us. So we're real people.
It's debatable.
Well,
I'm made from generative AI.
I would believe that. AI. What a joke.
I'm like
AI. AI is not even AI. Can they stop calling it AI now?
20 years worth of memes rolled up into a sad package.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about the South Park AI thing they did?
No.
Oh, so these people have just fed all the episodes of South Park into it. So they've just they've closed off the smart thinking component, and they've just fed it South Park, and they've input a whole bunch of different like character shapes and backgrounds into it, and now it can generate its own stories. Like you just tell it what circumstances you want to happen, and what will happen is the characters will walk around a map
Yeah.
and they'll interact, and it'll piece that together into an episode.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm super uncomfortable about it because I still think as smart as they make this stuff and as good as they make it, it's never ever ever
No,
ever going to make something new.
not yet.
No, it can't.
Not in its current form.
Not in any of its forms. Not until you
This
get
is
AI.
yeah, but this is as worse as it's going to be. It will only get better from here.
No, it's not until they create, and you know what happens when they create real AI, right?
Yeah, I've seen Terminator.
Yeah, it will be the end of the world.
Something's got to take us out. Why not our own hubris?
It's not mine. This is not my choice.
Well, apparently, because I've been watching a few YouTubers like Kyle Hill. He's a science YouTuber, and Wisecrack. They're a philosophy YouTube channel, and a couple others talking about it. And it's concerning, especially when you look at the polls of the amount of people that wanted ChatGPT and things like that to go ahead, when they did polling, like whether or not they should pull the plug or continue down the path. But I mean, even if ChatGPT ends or they stop it, it's not like other countries are going to stop. They're going to continue down that rabbit hole. It almost feels like we're rapidly creeping up onto another turning point in technology. I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. And if there isn't drastic regulations on it at this point, we could very well be in a spot of bother.
Yeah. Look,
Especially
it's
with, because I mean
you're
that's
not wrong.
basically
It's
what
we're looking for that next hit, aren't we?
Mm,
And this smart programming that they've been doing is that hit. It's that thing that helps us do things like write emails and stuff.
yeah.
It's a convenience at the moment until it's not.
Yeah.
I think it will stick around for a long time. I think it will integrate into business environments a lot better than it will in the creative.
Yeah. Well, in saying that, we'll talk about it a bit more in depth next week because it's just rumors and stuff at this point. But there has been a few accusations thrown at Mappa about using AI
I
for
sent you that video,
jujutsu.
didn't I?
I think so, but I also
Yeah.
I saw it everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it kind of blew up on everything for like a good 24 hours. And I looked into it, but there's not really a lot to kind of go off.
That's okay. So what they're talking about, that AI that they're talking
Yeah.
about isn't really AI.
No,
It's
it's
the exact
generative.
so it's the exact same thing that they were doing with Flash animation in the mid 90s. They were tweening with digital frames. So all it's doing,
It's like the in-betweens, right?
yeah, they're just adding the extra frame in between by using the computer to generate that image. That's
Between
all it is.
the key images that they've got.
Yeah, the keyframers are still doing the job, and the
Yep.
in-betweeners are still doing work, but they're not doing as much work.
Yeah, which I mean
Which
is
sounds like it could be a bad thing, like, because AI is going to... No. This is lightening the workload on the actual workers so they can produce better quality animation.
I mean,
Now, you
I'd
can
like to.
argue the point that you want to force these people to do their 12 to 24 frames per second, animations every week.
I was just going to argue the fact that the higher ups definitely would not be like, I reckon the workload would still be the same just because they're taking on more projects.
Yeah, there's a possibility, but I feel like Mappa are doing this because they know it's not going to affect it. Like those in
I
between
just hope,
frames, you only
yeah,
pick up on them if you pause the animation.
yeah. I just hope that the artists and animators aren't getting shafted. If
I
it's
don't think they will be.
if they're it's lightening
No
the
more than they already
workload,
are.
yeah, I know. I hope they get not getting financially shafted because we already know that they're getting shafted in every other aspect.
It would be sad if the managing directors of Mappa, who of course rose from the ranks themselves, didn't pass down that, what they're currently experiencing as a boom. If they're not passing that down to the animators, then there's something wrong.
Also,
They've lost their way.
if we stop to think, if it's if Mappa's doing it, surely they're not the only ones.
Mappa are doing it because they're the only ones with the technology to do it. Now, it sounds odd, but I believe that because Mappa's had their finger in the 3D pie for so long,
Yeah,
and the computer animation side of things for so long, that they're able to get away with it because they know how to do it. And this is not going to be some, chat GPT engine business. This is going to be an in-house piece of software that's been written by them, that's
yeah,
designed to do just that one job. It's not designed to animate entire scenes. It's not designed to do any of that stuff. All it's designed to do is add an extra frame to create a bit more smoothness between frames.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
If it's more than that, I'm curious. I'd really like to know how much more that is.
Yeah,
But I feel like that they're, the weebs are already attacking them for something that's making it easier for the animators to do their job.
yeah,
If they want pure animation, they want everything hand done, they want everybody paid correctly, wait,
yeah,
guys. Don't get your 32 episodes of whatever per week. You guys wait and you get 10 episodes a year, like they do on Amazon, like they do on all these other guys, because they take that time. You look at all these new series that are happening on Netflix and Amazon that are only releasing 10 episodes a year. They look stunning. And the reason is because they give the animators the time to do that.
yeah.
So we can't complain because we're the ones yelling at them to get it done.
Yeah. So we'll look into it a little bit more. If there's any meat to behind this story, we'll talk about it next week. But that's kind of, yeah. There's, like I said, there's not really a whole lot of substance to the what's going on.
No, it's just accusation at the moment, and we don't even know if it's a real accusation. It's really more of a guesstimation as to what's happening. Maybe someone's just got a really high. So there is. I argue the point that there are some monitors and some onboard hardwares that are designed to accelerate and put in extra frames into what you're viewing to make it look smoother. So if you have a higher refresh rate screen, that screen is designed to input extra frames. So that might not even be Mappa. That might be their hardware actually causing that issue.
Oh man,
Which would
that'd
put
be
egg on
hilarious.
their face so hard. Oh my god. What are they watching it through? It could be, completely unrelated to Mappa in
Yeah,
general. I mean, I personally think it's phenomenal that they could use software and hardware in that way to fill in those gaps so they can get more work done
yeah.
without putting the extra stress on the animators. That'd be fine. I don't
Again,
care
so
if,
long as they're not
yeah.
shafting them in the process.
No. I'm talking about, developing a piece of software that lightens their load, not takes away their load.
All right, that's enough talking about loads.
I just wanted to say load one more time.
Oh man.
Right. Enough about Mapper's load. Are we going to talk comics, man? Or are we just
Yeah,
going to talk
absolutely.
AI and anime?
All of the above.
Yeah,
Well, we got
cool.
some really cool color pages. So I just wanted to
Sorry.
show off some of those. Also, fucking called it.
Yeah, I know. Like, these past few chapters, I've been like, oh my god, it's just one hit after another. Oh, it was so good. It's just so good to see Sakamoto on point again. These past like 15 chapters have just been so good.
Stop sleeping on Sakamoto. You need to read it. It's amazing.
It's a top 5 at the moment. For any manga reader out there, it should be a top 5.
Yep.
You should be reading this. I
It's
love
so
it so
much
much.
fun. It's
It's in
so
my top
dumb.
3. It's
It
like
is
my
so
number. It's
goofy.
the first one I go to every week. It's the first one I go to.
I mean, it's not mine.
No,
It's definitely
I
top
know.
5, but
Yeah, this is my. I like my martial arts, my action. I gotta have it. I gotta have my fix.
I'm all about that drama.
Yeah. Speaking of drama,
And honestly, I have no idea what's going on again.
So I love this series to pieces. It's so excitingly different. But god damn am I struggling. Like I am forcing myself to read it
You
at the moment.
got a bit of burnout.
It's a lot of it's just so much talking, and sometimes it feels like they're talking about nothing.
It's
And
kind
then
of
I have to pay
yeah.
more attention to I feel like I'd be better off just looking at the pictures instead of reading. Just to see their expression on their faces and the backgrounds and what's going on, as opposed to the words that they're actually saying. Because I feel like the words are really misleading in this series.
Yeah.
Am I?
Well, see, have you caught up?
I'm a chapter. I haven't read this week's.
That's fine. The whole shift from Tsubasa seeing Sota on the TV screen and then just being on the beach with him, all of it seems sus. I don't know if it's real, especially when the kid is the same kid from his dad's potential affair thing. I think. I don't know, man. I'm getting so confused. I'm just
That's what
I'm
the
just
series
along
is
for the
meant to do.
ride.
Could you imagine reading this back to back?
Oh, it'd be so good. It'd be such a different experience.
It'd be such a mind fuck. Seriously, it's so everything. It feels like you've walked into a room with 1,000 books, and they're like, work out what connects all these books together. Off you go.
Yeah.
It's just like everything is being thrown at you all at once, or you're having to scour through a whole bunch of content that doesn't mean anything to try
It's like
and pick that one little thing out.
a 10,000 piece puzzle
Mm.
with no corners and no picture. It's just all white.
Yeah, and it's missing 3 pieces.
But you won't know what those are until you're done with the rest.
That's right. So
Yeah, it's amazing though. I'm loving it so much.
It's constructed like systematically. So it's clear that they have thought this through. They know exactly where they're going and what they're doing and how to confuse you along the way. It's meticulously planned.
The character drama is so
Yeah. There's nothing more exciting than family drama, is there?
no. And now they've shifted from blood family to chosen family. And dealing with the whole nah, chosen family is better than blood family, but we're just gonna suppress all the trauma and never talk about it ever. And you're like,
That's the
okay,
best way to
buddy.
deal with trauma.
I don't know if that's healthy.
Oh no, it is one of those titles that just I'm
also,
forcing my way through because I know it's going to be something amazing on the
yeah,
other end.
that scene where the mum snaps at the
I love it
dining
when the mum
table.
snaps.
Oh, it was so
Anytime she
good.
snaps, it's her expressions and her everything about her changes. Like she just
Literal chills.
yeah,
Which I think is
amazing
what
stuff.
this volume cover is depicting, because it looks like Tsubasa's on the ground.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that would be
and it
feet. So
and it looks like all the photos are around him that
yeah.
the brother's taken. So yeah. Ah, such a good
I told
series.
you. How far back was it when I said that the guy with the camera had something to do with this?
Was
It
it
was like fourth chapter or something like that.
I was like, yeah, you're
Just
probably
so
right.
way
I
back.
got no idea what though.
No, I had no clue how he was related to everything else,
And
but it
like
was just it was the composition of the photo and who was not in the photo, but there was someone taking it because there was a photo of the entire family.
yeah,
Is my point, but it was
yeah,
taken by a family member.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, and coupled that with I think it was like chapter 1 or 2 where I was like, there's an extra seat at the table.
Yeah. What's going on?
Who's died?
Yeah, that
Turns
was the
out,
first thought, wasn't it?
yeah,
Who's
well,
dead? But they're
potentially
only
still. I'm still unclear as to whether or not this is actually happening.
I'm still unclear as to whether they're awake or not. I can't work it out.
It's so convoluted, but I'm loving
It's all going to
loving the
end with,
ride.
oh, this is the doorway to heaven. You've just lived through or experienced and closed up all your emotional
Oh
baggage
my
and
god, what if this
checked
is
in.
like, if they can come to terms with their life, then they gain access to heaven, but if they don't, they're either stuck in purgatory or go to hell. Like, what if they all did die in that car crash?
Dude, if
Is
we
this
just called
Lost
it.
but done better?
It so could be. It could be. It's because it's just as stupidly convoluted. It's
Yeah,
I think we might be onto something there.
it could be. But again, with this series, it could be aliens.
Yes.
knowing
I
this
hope
author.
so. I hope so.
We got another color page for Elusive Samurai. Literally
I see
nothing
3
to do
girls
with
and a
the
boy
series.
there.
Well, there's actually
Yeah,
4 girls.
yeah, I know. And is that? Oh no, it's someone wearing a mask. I thought it was a
Yeah,
deer man.
these 2 are ninjas.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is him time skipped as well. So they've aged him up like 2 years, and he still looks so egregiously effeminate. But it seems to be what the mangaka does with the series. Like the same with Assassination Classroom. The MC for that was pretty androgynous.
Yeah, he was indeed. Which is fine. I mean, it's his style of doing things, so yeah. Which is fine.
It's cool. I'm still enjoying the series. It's like
Hmm.
cracked 100 chapters now.
Yes.
It's a fun pseudo historic piece with wacky shenanigans. I have not been reading any more of New Age Exorcist, but we got a new color page for that as well.
I guess it's still going. I haven't jumped back on board with it yet.
I'm kind of feeling like my plate's full with everything at the moment, and I've just added something else.
Just one more dinner mint. Just
Yeah. I'm not... Ah, man.
It's the most iconic scene in cinema. What's
We
your
do
wish?
have a new series starting on
Oh,
Disney Plus. I hope we're getting this one because it looks cool.
The Girl and the World. It looks very cyber.
Yeah. So this is Null. Its series is scheduled to start August 5th. It will follow a future Tokyo set in the 23rd century, with a boy confronting darkness alongside his righteous companion. So we've also got like that's
Sounds edgy.
the sequential art. It looks pretty as hell.
Hmm.
Actually,
Giving me heavenly vibes here.
speaking of, have you caught up with Wild Strawberry?
Yes. Yes, I'm all caught up with Wild Strawberry.
Give us your thoughts, because that's probably our only other new series.
Yeah.
Because Dark Gathering's kind of old.
Still. So I was really enjoying it still. So
Yeah.
it's really shaping up nicely. That last page, that happens in the latest chapter with the girl and the weapon that has the plant attached.
It's feeling like the pacing is it's starting to get breakneck speed.
Yeah, it's suddenly starting to feel. It's giving me Fire Force Blue Exorcist vibes.
Candy Flurry?
Not quite.
No.
Candy Flurry is a lot quirkier.
Yeah.
But you're right. Pacing wise, it's definitely not slowing down. They're pushing forward.
I see what you mean though with the Fire Force Blue Exorcist. That sort of like where you've got the core fighting fire with fire and such.
Yeah, yeah. And she's going to attack him. He's going to fight back. He's going to win. They're going to recruit him. He's going to become a member of someone that fights against the plants. And then they're going to find out that the plants aren't the enemies. And then they're going to fight against the corporation. Sorry.
It's Kaiju number 8, Plant Edition.
I feel like it's heading down the path of something relatively generic in story. Art is still stunning as hell. The concept is fantastic. I just don't want them to head down that path.
Yeah, same.
I want them to keep going with this borderline seinen, craziness that's happening. I want them to go down that much darker path.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it might end up with something that's closer to Jinkies and the likes of Gachiakuta. Yeah.
Actually, I haven't. The new chapters dropped yesterday. I haven't caught up on it.
It's been a little while since I've read it, so I need to get back onto it. It's such a good series.
So there is an announcement. It's not for this one. I realized that this is for the previous movie because it's summer 2021. There's a new My Hero Academia movie announcement going to be happening in the next couple of issues. That's pretty much it. An announcement of an announcement.
Which will be a mid-season movie.
Yeah.
Or post-season movie.
Or in between season movie.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said mid-season, which would imply that it's in the middle of the season. That's not what I meant.
But they're also doing
in between the breaks of the seasons.
They're also doing like breaks mid-seasons as well now, so you get like part 1 and part 2, or in Attack on Titan's case, you get part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4
of season 3.
The final season.
Yes.
and then a movie length episode, because
so what you're telling me is the 4th season is 100 episodes long? Yes.
So stupid. I love it. It's gonna get clowned on forever.
It will. It will.
We got some new covers as well. Blue Box.
Box.
Undead Unluck. I forgot what it was called for a second there.
Still reading though. Still enjoying.
It's a school setting now. The martial arts tournament's done. We're just ticking all the boxes.
Speaking of breakneck.
Oh my god. It's so much fun still though. It's actually really cute at the moment because they've all infiltrated a school and gone undercover as like and because the ages of the teams are kind of all over the place. Like one's a PE teacher, one's the homeroom. Yeah. It's so fun. It's stupid. And Fuko being like 226 years old or something at this point and never have had the school life experience.
Not
finally having that, but basing all of her experience going undercover off manga. And then realizing
that is exceptional.
And then realizing that she's been lied to and sticking out like a sore thumb. Why
are you behaving like you're in a manga?
Yeah, it's so good. Don't know what's going on at the moment, but yeah, I'm having fun with it. Me and Rubico, but I think we got a leak for that one last week. Yeah. I think that was it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, in terms of news.
Yeah. I wanna talk about Jiangxi.
Dude, it is slapping hard.
It is, and I don't know about you, but I feel like it's about to hit a time skip. We're like 20 chapters in, and I feel like we're about to do either they're going to do a training montage.
I suppose, yeah.
Or they're going to just straight up time skip.
I kind of hope they do a little bit of like episodic sort of. But have they separated the cast? Is that what's happened?
No, they're still all together. They've just reached their destination.
Because it doesn't feel that way. Because the other guys ran off with the girl, and they met up with one person.
They're all in the same place.
We haven't seen them all together since they separated, though.
No, but from what
that's why I'm all like, are they?
They've been told that they're all in the same place.
Did they? I must have missed that.
Well, at the end of the most recent chapter.
Yeah, I think I interpreted it as they were still separated.
Oh, no. Well, they never really separated.
They did.
Dude, they took like 20 steps away before the other guys turned up.
I kind of hope. I hope that we don't get a Shippuden style skip ahead, unless, of course, this isn't going to be a massively long running series. In which case, I'm okay with it.
I'm happy that we skip past the really youth level stuff and go more to the mid-teens. I'd much prefer for content.
I feel like there's still a little bit to flesh out before we do a time skip.
Character-wise. Well, no doubt we'll get a few chapters before they do any form of time skip. They will give us, some groundwork of what they're going to be doing. Or I could be horribly wrong, and they're just going to.
I know what you're saying.
As an arc.
It does kind of feel like we're heading that direction, or like a massive training montage.
Yeah. Why no?
It'd be a good time because it's kind of martial arts, but it's more steeped in that mysticism. So it'd be nice for them to delve into a bit more of the martial arts, because we've been getting a lot more of the mysticism and the hopping vampires, and it's kind of I don't know. I feel like it needs not I guess the equivalent of a filler arc, just like a small mini arc where everything slows down just a smidge. and
You'd start seeing some character development between a bit of relationship stuff, a bit of because the new characters that were introduced were hyper generic.
Yeah.
So
I need a bit more character growth. That's where it's kind of a little bit stale for me.
Yeah.
Everything else is amazing.
But
And
admittedly, we're only 20 chapters in, man.
I know.
And it feels like
And like
so much has happened.
we got like we've been getting bits and pieces. Like we got a bit of background story on pretty much everyone except for like the Krillin character.
The guy
I
with the
don't think
glasses.
I don't think we've gotten anything about him yet.
No, we got the whole backstory of the other guy and his
And the
village being
girl.
poor and stuff like that. And then
Yep.
the girl's backstory.
And
We
I mean the
are
MC. We got
and
a
the
bit
MC we've kind of
of
got an idea because how was it again? He found him in a village, didn't he? That had been killed.
something like that, yeah.
His village or family had been killed by Jiangxi, so he adopted him. But that's the story he was told.
But he loved him like a real son.
But it's the story he was told, and I have a feeling that there's more to it than that.
I want to know what the dealio is with that old man that was spying on him when he was training. Also, what's the go with some of the monk dudes having the fully whited out eyes?
Oh, that's pretty traditional. They do that.
It makes them seem
like Jiangxi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you bad? Are you good? I'm really unsure.
Yeah, I was unsure as to what he was, whether he was a Jiangxi or a monk. I couldn't tell. And then you get some of the Jiangxi that have full regular eyes, just with crazy double foreheads and stuff. Love me a good double forehead.
Some even have a quad forehead.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait,
it's like 2 stories high. They just headbutt rocks over.
Is that a 4x4 head?
Is it width and height?
Just height.
How we just height?
Well, if it's 4 foreheads, it's 4x4, right? Because it's a 4 head.
No, 4x4 would be 16 heads.
Yeah, but it's just the equation.
So it'd just be 4x1.
No, but there's 4 foreheads.
Ah, okay. But then it wouldn't be 4x4.
Why not?
It'd be 4x4 heads.
Yeah. That's what
Semantics.
I'm
trying to wordplay me.
We need to get off this topic. Yeah, no, it's great.
It's good. It's good. It's been a very fun series so far.
It took me so many attempts to get into it,
which is really fascinating. Look,
I know
you're not wrong. The first chapter was good. The second chapter,
but it was the same with Jujutsu for me as well. Like, it took me like 4 attempts for both Jujutsu and Jiangxi X for me to get past that first chapter, and it wasn't like there was anything inherently bad about either of them. It was just
I couldn't. You jam.
I just couldn't commit apparently.
I had the same problem with Jujutsu. I read quite a bit of the start of it, and then I just stopped for some reason. I can't remember why. And I didn't go back to it till I picked the anime up, and then I started reading from where the anime left off.
Like, admittedly, it is. You look at it in a vacuum, and that first chapter is just doesn't fit at all.
Which one are we talking about? Jujutsu?
For Jujutsu, yeah.
It's too grounded in reality.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the way he does things, isn't it? He wants that jarring feel.
But then again,
where you're shifting from
if you take
general home life to
Zero into the equation as well. It feels like he went to Shueisha and was like, "This is what I want to do. plopped 0 on the table, and they were like, "Love it, but nah, do it again, but with a school setting."
And he went, okay. And then he took the school setting straight out.
And then was like, "Hey, can we make 0 a prequel?"
Let's do that.
Then,
Integrate it into
yeah,
the story somehow.
that's how I see Jujutsu kind of played out in my head. Because
Yeah, you're
like
probably not wrong.
that little Itadori arc at the start just doesn't feel like it fits
No, and I
in
feel like
retrospect.
he was doing that, right? And halfway through, he's like, "Oh, I want to write freaking Gojo's backstory." I feel like he just started writing that while he was doing that. So the second
Yeah.
half of that arc feels really ordinary until it gets to the Gojo arc, and you're just like, "Oh man, it's kicked off again." And
Which also was hella jarring.
oh, it was disgusting to read. It really was.
I mean, once you got a couple of chapters into Gojo's
But that's the
backstory, you're
problem.
like,
You have to bear with it. You
yeah.
have to bear with it to actually get anything out of it.
And on a weekly format, it wasn't the
No, it was
greatest.
nobody's friend at that point.
No. I remember catching up on it and was like, I went back a chapter and was like, wait, what the fuck? Have I missed something here? It was
Oh
so
man.
weird. And now it's like
Very.
it's like my top 10.
Yeah. I still haven't gone back to it. I need to
The
go back to
Gojo
it.
Sukuna fight has been both really, really cool, but it's also been very wordy. And there's been a lot of explaining going on.
Oh my god, he's doing it again.
But
How are they gonna do this in anime form? I'm really curious. They're just gonna
well,
skip the words, aren't they?
okay, so it's the Gojo and the Sukuna fight is being televised.
Oh, so they're like they're actually voicing over
They're basically commentating on it.
it. That is so stupid.
It's kind of really fun, but also kind of dumb. It's I don't know what the hell the series is anymore, man. But I'm along for the ride, and it's great.
It's whatever flavor he is having that week.
But yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like sports commentary. So the entire cast is like sitting around at, I guess, Jujutsu High, watching hot teacher beat up beat up his one of his students who's been possessed by the devil.
A devil, not the devil.
Wow. Semantics.
Yeah.
That's my description of what Jujutsu is at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big old hot mess.
I love it. So good.
Martial Master Asumi, MMA. You keeping up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
like
good.
we're about to jump into a massive training session with him too.
I feel like we're actually starting to get a martial arts series.
Yeah.
Where the MC's actually invested.
I feel like this is where Neru kind of failed. And I say that with love because I adored that series. But it kind of flopped around and kind of floundered, where this has got the character drama, family drama that's pushing the story and the MMA focus forward.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the first 7 chapters. He's included family drama in the first story. His the MC's desire to not fight and the reasons why. He's included a best friend who's goofy, but is of course going to become a pro himself because he's working with the main character, and the love interest as well. So he's really laying out the core
Sorry,
cast very,
Jack's
very well.
correcting me. Jujutsu Kaisen, when we don't have the entire cast, we're missing a few. Which to that I say, I was rounding off.
Rounding down.
But yes, sorry, I
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, this is really starting to come into a good, solid martial arts series.
also I'm really liking the, and it very well could be, okay, hang on, let me formulate my thoughts into a coherent sentence. I'm
No,
liking
just blab it out.
the focus in multiple series on dementia, amnesia, like, and Alzheimer's, sorry, is the one I was after.
Yeah, it seems to be a hot topic at the moment, doesn't it?
Which, as I was trying to get that thought out, I was thinking that it's probably because Japan has a big aging population at the moment. So it
Hmm.
very well could be, hesitate to use the word epidemic, but it could be being a lot more noticeable or at the forefront of a lot of people's minds at the moment, maybe.
It might be because there's just more people experiencing it and more mangakas and creators and writers and all those people are experiencing it themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's become a more relevant environment, I guess. You're good.
Yeah, I dropped my
Yeah,
lid.
I heard. So
I
yeah,
probably
it's good
shouldn't
the way
keep
it's
drinking.
really it's actually really good the way they're portraying it. They're not portraying
Yeah.
it as some sort of, you know, they're being careful is what
Mm.
I'm trying to say.
Well,
And
between Ichinose and this series, they've both tackled it differently,
hmm,
but respectfully in both of them as well. Um,
yeah,
Currently, I would say Ichinose is more depressing, but that's only because we've had more time with the characters.
yeah,
At the moment, Grandpa's kind of a prop, uh, plot device.
yeah. Though I tell you what, it hit me pretty hard when he was talking about the belts.
Oh yeah, actually, I forgot about that. That sucked.
Yeah, I was reading
And
that
that
through, and I'm just like,
actually,
oh,
that really helped humanize and ground the brother. Uh, because
yeah.
before that, he was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, he was
Now
just an asshole.
he's a semi-relatable piece of shit.
Look, let's be honest, he's pretty damn relatable. If you were in
Yeah,
that exact same position,
it's hard.
it is super hard to
I mean,
make a decision.
I
And anytime it looks like he's walked away from his family, but at the same time, if he stayed there, things would have been worse. They wouldn't have been any better.
um I haven't personally gone through, like, had anyone. Oh, that's a lie, actually. um,
Says the guy who's got him
Recently.
in his own goddamn comics.
Yeah, no. The most recent was like, because I did aged care for a little bit. Um, that was enough. Because it was like, I've had extended family go through it, and they lived in Melbourne, so it was kind of
Yeah,
removed. Like, it was still sad and really sucked. But dealing with it on a day to day is drastically different, and even just in a work setting, it was heartbreaking. Um,
yeah,
I can definitely see how hard it would have been for him. He's still a piece of shit, though.
But we need that. We
Yeah.
need that.
Well, he's the villain at this point in the
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
Or antagonist.
Because the
I
whole
guess.
concept of just trying to be the best isn't enough these days. We
No.
need something that has a bit more growth to it and a bit more ideals behind it.
I feel like he's having his cake and eating it too, right? So you've got the friend who is the plucky, oh, just believe in yourself. We're gonna have fun. And then you've got the girl who's all like, I want to be the best. And then you've got the MC who's now got the drive from family drama and an antagonist. So he's got three different cakes going on with the three main cast members, and I'm really digging it.
Yeah.
I really liked where is it? This interaction with her as well.
Yeah, that was a really nice. It was a great emotional moment, and it's been ages since I've seen a scene like this in any sort of sporting related manga series.
He's just so damn thirsty.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're both thirsty in their own way.
Yeah. Well, she's thirsty for MMA. He's thirsty for her.
Yeah, exactly right. But at the same time, he understands how she feels. He breaks down because he feels like he's presenting so much disappointment.
Series.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion in it, and it's great. It's been written actually really, really well, considering it's a straightforward action series, I guess.
I think the character drama definitely helps. I mean, I haven't read a lot of sports series, but I feel like that's probably what sets them apart. Is having good character.
They have to, because there isn't technically
otherwise you've got Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Dragon Ball only works because they've got bad guys. Yeah. They don't need the human drama. They've got someone that they need to aim at, and that's it.
Could you imagine how much better it would be?
Oh my god, it would be something else. It would be so amazing.
Like,
to see something of that scale. But how do you do it? How do you do Dragon Ball with emotion? You can't.
Well, I mean, it's got a little bit in there, but it's definitely not his forte.
No, because it's not what he was trying to do.
No.
But in general, if you read any of Toriyama's work, emotion is not something he goes by.
No. But
he's a goof. He's a goof.
Yeah.
And he likes the movies, and that's it.
You look at One Piece, and Oda's actually... I just realized what... goof. Well, I just described One Piece.
It's Dragon Ball Z with emotions.
Because fucking Oda was a big Toriyama fan.
As we all were, you know.
That and you look at these two big influences, and it's Akira Toriyama and Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah, there you go. One's all about emotions, and one's all about blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
So in some way, they're gonna smoosh them together.
And... as I'm saying, I'm like,
man, that makes so much sense now.
Yeah. Specifically, I think it was like Castle in the Sky, and I can never remember what the other one was.
I'd explain Skypia. Yeah. But now it all, to me, it explains his sense of humor in the series. Because his sense of humor is very, very Toriyama.
I mean, Sanji is just like boiled down Toriyama.
Yeah, he's basically Master Roshi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like cranked to 11.
Seriously? Because Roshi was pretty goddamn full on.
Less sex pet. Well, no, yeah, I will stand by that. Less sex pest than Roshi, but more on the scaled up comedy wise. With
it's all about the times, you know. The times.
Yeah. My favorite is like on Fishman Island when Sanji finally like meets a mermaid. He has a nosebleed that almost kills him. He needs a goddamn transfusion.
That is so dumb. God damn it, Oda.
Yeah,
So
right?
stupid. So
He's
stupid.
like, let's write big old trope, but take it seriously.
What happens if?
So stupid.
Oh no.
Those
Besides that, what
are
else have we had this week? We've
those are
had,
the highlights.
yeah,
Sure.
we had a Trojan X,
Oh yeah.
but by God, is he just laying down the law? I mean, the LAW and the LORE.
I mean, I'm starting to wonder whether or not any of our boys are actually going to be the Trojan X.
Who knows? Anybody
The,
could be at this point.
I mean, the corpse reanimator in that last chapter.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
that's
this.
interesting.
I mean, throughout the entire chapter, I'm like, no, no, I like you, don't die, no, no, and then the thing happens, and I was just like, oh, oh, okay, oh no, like not where I saw it going, but I don't know if I'm down for this either.
It's
um,
taking some interesting turns at the moment.
it never, honestly, it hasn't missed with a
Yeah,
single chapter.
there's always something
Um,
going on.
and he's jumped back into the point, chapter 40.1, point
Oh
2,
yeah,
point
because
3.
he's made a full like 150 pages, and there his editor's gone, we've got to break this up.
Yeah.
where can we chop it?
So like we're at chapter 40, but which is really chapter 60. But all of the chapters
Yeah,
are big chapters.
though. Oh, have you
Yeah.
noticed it goes from chapter 39 to chapter 40.1?
Oh, yeah, I did too. No, I didn't.
That's kind of weird.
Um yeah, no, that's how they've done it in the past.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, yeah. Not how they usually do it with other series, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I don't think I had noticed that actually.
I believe this when he starts this is we're about to head into a major plot arc.
Yeah.
This is going to happen.
So good. Honestly, we've got so many good series at the moment.
We do.
We're creeping up onto the cancellation mark for some of our new ones though. New Age Exorcist is in its 12th chapter. Tenmaku Cinemas in its 16th. I feel like it's safe.
Yeah,
That's me knocking
Tenmaku's
on
not
wood.
going anywhere.
Um,
Kill Blue, Beat Motion are both in their sort of 10 and 11 chapter at the moment. So
what is the Do Retries? Probably it's the other one. I feel like
that's 12 chapters in already.
it's getting pretty goofy as well. Again, I feel like it's
Did Do Retry and Kill Blue start at the same time?
yeah. They all kind of started within like 2 months of each other.
Yeah.
But they spaced them all out, and then they had Golden Week in between.
Yeah. I thought Kill Blue was released before Do Retry.
Just like 2
Then
weeks.
why is it on its 10th chapter? And
Kill Blue's on its 15th, bro.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm way back. Where am I?
Like Fabricant 100's pushed through. It's now in its 32nd chapter.
Yeah,
So I'm probably gonna have to have another look at it. Yeah. So like we've got Kill Blue, Do Retry, Icehead Gill, Tenmaku Cinema, MMA, and New Age Exorcist as the new kids on the block.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, I would probably see Do Retry and Icehead Gill getting cancelled. I don't know much about Kill Blue or New Ways though, so
I think Kill Blue has the goofy vibe that will keep it going.
yeah.
Not
I am
like
really
enjoying
enjoying Do
goofy.
Retry though, so I'm hoping
Are
that
you?
it stays around. I am.
I did look. I kind of lost interest in it a little bit.
I also don't want him to have another cancellation. I want him to complete something because I
Yeah,
really
I know.
enjoyed Burn Collection, and it got cancelled. And Do Retry's stupid, and I love it.
What the hell is going on?
Although
Okay.
it does kind of feel like it's wrapping up. Actually, now that I think about it, it could comfortably wrap up in a couple of chapters.
Yeah, he's lining it up.
I hope it doesn't, but yeah, because he beat the dude that's been shooting up, and he shut up again, and his eyes did the thing and got even more.
They did.
It was so dumb. And yes, they
You
actually
attacked him with a stick.
they justified it the exact way that I said they would. That through all of his beatings, his body now naturally reacts, but he's conscious of it now, and that's how he's got that technique down. Yeah, I know you hate it, don't you?
I do. I really do.
It makes sense though, to a degree.
Cool. We can test this theory.
Yeah, not with me because I'm a little puppy kitten.
Dang.
Yeah, just a little baby.
We'll just have to find a kid, around 10 years of age and just
Beat the shit
beat
out of
them
him.
every day. Just beat them, and eventually they will
No.
become the world's best boxer.
Hang on, how old's your son now?
He's 15.
That's close enough. Just have his sister beat the shit out of him because that's the equivalent, right?
Could, but now he's almost a foot taller than she is, so I don't think that's going to happen.
That's fine. That's pretty much how it happens in Do Retry as well.
Oh no. I look, I feel sad for the mangaka, but I also feel like I'm not feeling it.
You're not vibing it.
Just not. There was a few chapters there where I'm just like, I like the vibe of where this is heading,
It was the
and
goofy
then
arm.
and then it just went haywire. Like it just started running towards things randomly. Like, this I got to do this thing, and I got to do this thing, and it just started jagging all over the place.
I
I don't know.
wonder how many chapters are you behind?
Just one.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It might not. I was gonna say, I wonder if you catching up and having it as a bulk sort of read might make
And
a difference. But
I just flicked through the most recent one then, and yeah, I mean it's kind of what I was expecting to happen.
Actually, I just remembered. Have you read the latest chapter of Beaten Motion? Because that's getting spicy, and I'm loving it.
No, I haven't.
All right then.
I will read that. I will read that spiciness.
They're just teasing the relationship with what's her face and her mum. Like they're dangling that carrot real close.
We want to know about her mum though.
I know, and I'm and he's just like, oh, there's something going on here, but I'm not gonna tell just yet. And I'm like, no, just tell me.
They just need to sprinkle a little bit of Boys Abyss on top of that. And I think it would be fantastic. It'd be fantastic.
No, it's too wholesome.
Just a little bit of, just to spice it up.
You haven't read past the first volume, Logan.
I don't need to.
Wow, I think you should.
Yeah, I will. Oh,
Flash cut to next week's episode, and you're like, yeah, I don't want any Boys Abyss in
yeah,
my
I'll be just
beaten
like,
version.
my eyes will be all red, and
just like
shouldn't
sitting
have
there,
done
like, no more, no Boys Abyss in my beaten motion. Yeah,
the title of that book still.
I know. And on that note, this has been episode 56, not 46.
56, 52, 98, 33,
29, 68, 420.
69.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the things. Share us around with your friends, and hit that notification bell to make sure you get notified. But we always will be here 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on a Wednesday. I've been Brad.
I've been Logan.
We've been Read This Way.